what, it felt pretty good to me. Good. Oh. Tired. You probably can't hear me. I can't hear me. Oh, oh yeah. Okay, so, what am I going to tell you? Right. That was much smoother. Oh yes, 2.84 to 60. 10.75 for the quarter mile. Oh yeah. Shit now. It. Oh, 2.80. Whoa. Way! 2.71. Yeah, it's great. Oh, you know. Yes! Yes, it keeps going. Oh. Whoa. Went sideways a bit quicker, but not really that much quicker. 2.85. All right, last go, I promise. This is it, here we go. Oh yes, that got better. We got a 2.59. What? Frickin' frick. It was quick. My God, 2.49 seconds. Full fan, let's go. That did the time. Me, 8.35. It hit like its 150 mile an hour limit. I'd put it to 145 in like 5 seconds, and it's got like 3 seconds where it's just not even accelerating. That actually hurt my head. I'm gonna do it again. Here we go. I cocked it up last time. 7.97! Fan off, fan off. Remember to put the fan off. So, I actually did a 7.97 according to this. I hope you'll enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a like. Let me know what you think of it in the comments below. If you want to watch some more videos, I've picked a couple out for you there. I think you'll like. Just click on those windows to watch them. Or if you haven't done so already, make sure you subscribe to this channel. You can do that just by hitting the CarWow logo there. Simple. This is the heavily revised BMW X7, and never before has there been such a dramatic change in look since Adele lost all that weight. Now in this video, I'm going to tell you about the changes BMW have made to this car, talk you through the exterior, the interior, see how practical it is, take it for a drive, and of course, I'm going to launch it to see how quick it is from 0 to 60 miles an hour, because this is the range-topping M60 version. And I'm Matt Watson, and you're watching CarWow. Buy, sell, CarWow. So then, what are the main design changes BMW have made to the X7? Well, at the back, they've given it some new tail lights, which are quite shapely. Also, a redesigned bumper. This being the M60i has an even more aggressive rear bumper, and look, quad tailpipes. These are exaggerated surrounds, but within there are real exhaust pipes, which is a good thing. Moving down the side, alloy wheels now start at 21 inch in diameter as opposed to 20 for the pre-facelift version, and go all the way up to 23 inches. This M60 model gets M door mirrors, look, whoa, fistable, and M badging there, and what looks like air breathers, though they don't breathe any air, they're fake. Biggest change though is here at the front. It's quite different to the pre-facelift version, isn't it? Massive, massive change. Most noticeable, the headlights where they're split. I much prefer this new design. You've still got a big grille, but the bumpers have been slightly tweaked. And on this M60 version, obviously they're more aggressive. I mean, look at all these intakes and stuff like that. And you've got your M badging there. And it also gets black accents instead of silver. Now, the starting price of the X7 is £85,000. This one though, £115,000. Now you can save an average of £5,000 off an X7 through Carwow, and if you want to see all the latest car deals, click on the pop-out banner up there or follow the link in the description below to go to Carwow. You can also sell your current car through Carwow. You just upload some photos, give a brief description, then dealers all across the country will bid on your car. It's dead easy. Now if you want to do all that at a later date, just simply Google "Help Me Carwow" and we will help you change your car. BMW has reworked the inside of the X7 as well. So you've got a slightly redesigned center console with a new smaller gear selector rather than a big knob, and you get the crystally bits as standard, all very nice. Another big change though, the infotainment screen, which is one big curved display like you get on the i4 and the iX, and they've upgraded the infotainment system itself as well. Though to tell you the truth, I do prefer the infotainment system on the Mercedes GLS, and if you want to see my full in-depth video review of that car, click on the pop-out banner up there for the link in the description below. Now you've probably noticed the air vents are a bit different. Not sure about these directional controls, look a bit tacky. Also, there's this logo on the dash now, which on this M60 has an M on it. Speaking of the M60, it also gets an M Sport steering wheel with M logo and M stitching. You get M on the display and M dials as well. You also get M stitching here on the seat belt, plus M on the kick plates. All very, very nice. Quality in here, yeah, very good. Lovely leather. As standard on this M60, you get like black here, but this is the upgraded optional carbon fiber. Storage is pretty good. The glove box, that would be a decent size if it wasn't for the fact that you have these little air fresheners in here. Look. Not sure about the smell of that. It smells like a musky deer. You've even got heated and cool cup holders. How luxurious is that? Door bins are large as well. Plus, you've got an electrically operated steering column for that true feeling of luxury. But is it as luxurious in the back seats? Let's find out. Here in the middle row of the X7, there's absolutely loads of headroom. Knee room, that's all right. And this seat is in as far forward a position as it can go, because actually I can move it back electrically. Look at that, to create even more knee room. And I can recline it as well, look. For added comfort, but really, there's enough space with it in its most forward position, which is better for people in the rearmost row, which I'll show you in a moment. Also, it's quite a wide car, so you can fit 3 adults across this centre row, no problem at all. And because the back doors open nice and wide, it's so easy to get in and out of, and to install a big bulky rear-facing baby seat. Plus the ISOFIX anchor points are dead easy to get to. There's some other nice features as well, such as these airplane style pockets on the seat backs. You got your USB in there as well, climate control in the back, more USBs down there, big door bins, huge rear windows. You've got blinds for the rear windows integrated into the door. Keep prying eyes out. And look at this. This particular version, being the M60, has an Alcantara headlining for added loveliness. Plus, yeah, you get the M logo on the seat belts, even back here. Let's check out the rearmost row. Do you know what? It's really quite impressive back here. Headroom is good. Knee room, that's all right. And this seat is in a position which has adequate knee room for the person in front. There's an all right amount of foot space, and you can just about slide your feet underneath the chair in front, though it's better if you sit in this seat because of the way this seat splits 60/40. The seats themselves are quite comfy, and they're not too low to the ground like they are in some other 7-seaters, so you have a decent amount of under thigh support. There's some other nice features back here as well. For instance, look, you've got your USBs there. You've also got cup holders, big windows. There's ISOFIX even back here, and look at this, you've got your own climate controls, and the best bit of all, your own sunroof in the very back. There is one thing that's missing back here. The M60ness doesn't extend to the very rear. Look, on these seat belts, no M stitching. Anyway, let's move on and check out the boot. One of the things I love about the X7 is that you get, oh yeah, a split folding tailgate. Always cool those, give you some place to sit. Anyhow, with 7 seats in place, the boot capacity is 326 litres, which is actually pretty big. Part of the reason for that is that you have some underfloor storage there, quite a lot of it. That's cavernous. And there's room, look, for the load cover to be stored under there. Now, if you need more space and you're not carrying 7 people, you can fold down this rearmost row. So here we go. There it do its thing. This is why this is useful. Look, I can sit here while I wait for that to happen. Now, there is 750 litres of space. It's huge. But if you want it even bigger, fold the lot down. Come on. It's absolutely massive. Turn this thing into a van. Now you might be thinking that all this electrical seat operation is a bit too fancy and it adds to the cost. And if you're after a 7-seater that's very big and a lot less expensive than this X7, I found one through CarWow and there's a good offer on it. If you want to see what that car is and the deal, click on the pop-out banner up there for the link in the description below. And that brings on to 5 annoying things about the BMW X7. BMW's extendable seat bases are really good for giving some extra under-thigh support. However, the design of them means that often crumbs can get trapped in there. Okay, who's been eating Pringles in this car? You know the rules. For such an expensive car, you'd think that it would have a special washer system for its rear view camera, because in weather like this, it gets absolutely covered in grime. I mean, look at that. It means you have to get out and clean it with your finger so you can get a view of what's behind you. That's better. Another thing you'd expect on a car of this price is some form of soft lining in the door pocket so that things don't rattle about in there when you're driving along. Literally everything is controlled through this screen. So if you want to do the climate, you have to press that, and then you can control things like the fan speed. Bit of a faff. Even worse though is before, when you want to use the adaptive cruise controller and alter the amount of distance the car keeps you from the car in front, you used to be able to do it by pressing a button on the steering wheel. Nice and easy. Now though, you have to go into a driving mode, so select this feature, go to driver settings, go into driver assistance, and then go into distance control. And then you can change it. What a faff. Also, this is the sporty version, the M60. Sometimes you might want to turn off the traction control. To do that, in the past, you used to just press this button here, hold it down, and it would turn it off. But now it brings up this menu, and then you have to press the button you want when you're driving. This is stupid. This carbon fibre trim looks cool, but the high gloss finish is very reflective, and you can see it flickering as you're driving along past trees and stuff like that. Then there's this ambient lighting on the M60 version. Looks really nice when it's lit up at night. The only problem is you get really bad reflections of it in the windows. Once again, very distracting. It's not all negative though. Here's 5 good things about this car. Unlike some other supposedly sporty models from some German manufacturers, this BMW will not automatically change up a gear when you reach the red line. If you're in manual mode, you'll have to do it yourself. There's the rev counter, I'm in first. It'll just sit on the limiter unless I go, and off we go again. Thank God for that. Full control. Not only is Android Auto widescreen on the main part of the infotainment system, it can even display Google Maps on the digital driver's display. Not many cars do that. You can lower the car down its air suspension to make it easy to load by pressing this button. I'll show you it working now. So I'll press the button, then leave my thumb here at button height, and you'll see how much it drops. It seems to be going up first, and now it's going down. It's not the quickest, and it does only give you an extra few inches, but an extra few inches are always welcome. The ambient lighting in the car actually extends to the sunroof. You can change the colour. It's really cool. Look, it's yellow. Let's move through some of them. We've got a green. We've got a sort of bluey colour there. Ooh, very nice. And we can go for a purple for that burlesque experience. And finally, I think I might leave it on a orange. Nice, that. The M60i version gets some upgrades to its chassis. So the standard fit air suspension is retuned for a sportier drive. You also get active anti-roll bars as standard, rear wheel steering as standard, and there's even a limited slip differential on the rear axle. Plus, there's M Sport brakes too. The engine lineup on the X7 is really simple. There's a 3-litre straight-six turbo diesel with 352 horsepower, or a 3-litre straight-six turbo petrol with 381 horsepower, or this wonderful 4.4-litre twin-turbo V8 with 530 horsepower. It's a proper M engine built by BMW's M division, and it will go in the next M5, probably with more power though. Now the engines drive all 4 wheels by an 8-speed automatic gearbox. So which version of the X7 would I choose? Engine and trim? Well, what I'm going to do is configure my perfect X7 using the CarWow configurator, and if you want to see what that car is exactly and the deal through CarWow, click on the pop-out banner up there for the link in the description below. Okay, let's see what the X7 is like to drive, starting off within town. So you get a great view out. Nice elevated driving position. Decent sized back window, though those rearmost seats, if you've got the headrests up, do block the view somewhat. Also, this is quite a big pillar. And the door mirrors for such a big car could do with being a little bit larger. I could probably have made it to that gap easily, but playing it safe. Because it is quite a large car, though. It doesn't feel as large as a Range Rover. However, with the Range Rover, you have the benefit of sitting even higher up, so it feels a little bit more regal than this. One thing I think this is really good at, though, is the combination between the engine and the gearbox. When you're just pootling around in town, it's so smooth, so effortless, really easy to drive. The suspension also does a great job of dealing with the bumps, considering this is the sporty version. I'm just going to do a U-turn to show you the turning circle, because this M60 version comes with rear wheel steering as standard, and that means that the turning circle comes down to 12.4 meters, which clearly isn't enough for this particular situation. Interestingly, if you have a Range Rover with the rear wheel steering, its turning circle is 11 meters, which is much better, and the Range Rover would have made it round that turn. If you want to see my full in-depth video review of the new Range Rover, click on the pop-out banner up there, or the link in the description below. Right, let's get out of town and stretch this car's legs. So here's some dual carriageway. I'm cruising at 40, I'm going to floor it. Floored it. Bit of a delay there on the gearbox, but now, whoa, this engine is crazy. It was like, does he want me to go quickly? Yes, he does. And then this thing just buggered off. That is intense. I'm sure if I was in sports mode, the gear change would have been quicker, but you don't tend to drive around in sports mode. Otherwise, the car's holding too low a gear all the time. I've got to show you now, actually, sports mode now. See, I'm in a higher gear, like I'm going to normal drive comfort, and it'll drop a gear. There we go. I'll tell you what, at speed, this thing is really cool and relaxing. Really, really nice. Suspension just deals with the bumps. It like floats, but always remains planted. There's not much road noise considering the size of those tyres. All I'm noticing is a little bit of wind flutter from here. That's it. But generally overall, this is a really relaxing car to do some distance in. What's less relaxing is the economy, if you have this particular version with the V8, 80 miles to the gallon. Probably didn't help it by flooring it just, but either way, it's not going to do much better than that. Whew, it's going to get expensive. Go for one of the diesels instead. That'd be better. Finally then, let's try the X7 out on a twisty road. I'm going to go into sports mode, which will stiffen up the air suspension. Go manual for the gearbox as well. Oof. Right, here's a corner, let's see what it does. Is it going to lean over much? No, it stays completely flat. Really feeling the benefit of those active anti-roll bars. Just makes it stay so flat for a tall, heavy vehicle. It's insane. And even though I'm in sports mode, this thing is riding over the bumps very, very well. It's not skipping at all. I thought it might do. It's still composed. The steering's precise. There's not that much feel through it, but you know, this is a big SUV. But it puts the car exactly where you want it to go, and you can hustle this thing along like something crazy. Obviously, the lesser versions aren't going to be quite as punchy or handled quite as sharply, but all X7s are pretty impressive, whatever road you're driving on. And if you need to, they can do a bit of off-roading as well. Not like Range Rover off-roading, but off-roading enough for most people. Look at this, just going around here. Whoa. Then get on the gas and wow, this engine's so good. BMW says the X7 M60 can do 0 to 60 in 4.7 seconds, but let's find out the reality using my specialist timing gear here. I'm going to launch it. Let's go. Brake boost, launch control active. Whoa, the traction, considering the road is wet, is insane. 0 to 60, 3.91 seconds. BMW are a right bunch of blooming liars. So then, what's my final verdict on the revised BMW X7? Should you avoid it? Should you consider it? Should you shortlist it? Or should you just go right ahead and buy it? Well, I reckon you should shortlist the X7. It's a really good luxury 7-seater SUV. I hope you'll enjoy the video. If you did, give it a like. Let me know if you agree with my verdict in the comments below. Click on those windows there for some more videos, and on that box there to go to CarWow to change your car the easy way.